Hey guys, so I just kind of wanted to talk about the energies that have been surrounding us today. I'm just going to say this is that the energies today are crazy. And this explains why my anxiety has been on high alert today. And I haven't really had any clients today, but then again, I've been doing a lot of clearing work since last night because of the energies that have been brought in through the lunar eclipse that's actually happening today. So, let me just say that because my anxiety is on high alert since yesterday, I am extremely empathic. And to top it off, last night I did do a pretty much I killed my ego yesterday. Something that Spirit has told me I needed to do in order to strengthen my connection to Source. So you're going to see that I am actually looking back and forth at my notes that I wrote today in regards to what has actually been happening, and it's actually happening to everyone around the world. Okay, so some of us are a lot more sensitive than others, but that's okay. But we are all going through some sort of transformation. So, so Spirit has told me that I needed to do some sort of ego cleanse because this is going to help strengthen my connection to Source. And the lunar eclipse that we have actually happening today is actually very auspicious because it brings forth emotional energies of past wounds that are drowning out our connection to Source. And by clearing out the heart wounds, which I'm learning that the heart wounds which I have, that the heart is actually the doorway to spirit and the soul, and here lies our shadow selves, which is our ego. And this is what's holding us apart from spirit and our true authentic selves. So I had to battle my ego last night at midnight, and of course my ego, who I refer to as Vicky, tried to stop me. Because our ego doesn't want you to let go. Our ego tries to protect us, okay? But I needed to unite with my alter ego, Vicky, because I had to help her heal. So of course you hear my dogs crying and stuff in the back because they like being in the room when I get ready to do healing, and I'm just not going to have it. But I guess I'm going to have to let them in anyway. So let me, just so that they can shut up. Come on. Let's go. All right, so Rocco and Milo are actually in the room with me now. They are my spiritual dogs. They're my protectors, just like Daisy and Spartacus, who are outside. So they know that we're getting ready to do a worldwide healing at this moment. Okay, so last night I killed my ego. Yes, I said it. I killed my ego. I went through a ceremonial death of my ego to let go of things that I no longer needed. The death of the ego, I want to say, was a piece of is the last piece of my ascension process. I want to describe what I went through so that those other people that are actually experiencing it now know exactly what it feels like. So last night I felt it was time to tame my ego by looking deep inside myself. However, the thought of utilizing hallucinogenics such as the ayahuasca, I know some of you guys know about the Native American ceremonial process of the ayahuasca. And I can just say this, is that the ayahuasca, the hallucinogens, is a little bit harsh. And I mean, you physically go through a spiritual death, okay? And it's something that you just go through for a couple hours, and then it just kind of, it's not long lasting. And I wanted something that was long lasting because I wanted, like I said, I wanted to experience the death of the ego, and I didn't want it to be so quick. Okay, so I went into a deep meditation to take a look at myself as an innocent child, and I recalled all my experiences and how being rejected and bullied and feeling as though I really didn't fit in affected me. Somehow it reminded me of myself, of all my experiences that I have been going through throughout my entire adulthood. It just feels like I carried the same pattern of rejection and abuse and all kinds of stuff over and over, and how up until now my ego has greatly impacted me and my whole being, okay? And so somehow I had to remind myself that my soul wanted to experience rejection, motherhood, emotional turmoil, and so that I can help other people, okay? But however, I allow these feelings to define me and who I am. So I had to kill my ego. Okay, guys, so we had some technical difficulties there. Now, I'm just going to say this, is that when I get ready to call in these angels, I'm telling you, I am calling in a higher force of angels, 444,000 angels, 127,000 light beings, and 144,000 ascended masters in the room. So of course, I've always explained to y'all see that every time I do a healing session, or every time I go in live and I'm getting ready to do a global or worldwide cleansing, it seems like I start having computer malfunctions, because they bring in such high vibrational energy that everything really electronically starts to malfunction. So as I was saying before, that I had to remind myself that my soul wanted to experience rejection, motherhood, emotional turmoil, so that I can help others. But however, I allowed these feelings to define me, to define who I am. And I had to kill that part of me to start a fresh slate. I had to remind myself through meditation last night that I am here on this planet as a being of light to learn through my experiences. Okay? And that I no longer needed to experience the feelings of anger and rejection and pain and fear, because I have the power to shift my reality as it is. I instructed my higher self last night that I now wanted to experience joy, peace, abundance, love, and finally be in the universal flow, whether that meant that love, abundance, prosperity, good health, and could begin. And I began imagining what it would feel like. So, of course, there was other steps that I've done in order to help me with this. But I can tell you that when I woke up this morning, I felt a little bit odd. I did feel like a piece of my soul, or a piece of me, was gone. A piece of me that felt that was a part of who I am was gone, but really it wasn't. Okay. I kind of felt like I was going through the flow, or just like an animation of myself. I was going through the flow of taking my kids to school this morning, but yet I was here but not here. It's almost like I was in the dimension of spirit. I was on the other veil, like I had one foot in, one foot out. And so as I said, I felt a little bit odd, and I had to realize I'm just a body going through the flow of things. And I also felt blocked in my head somehow. Almost as if I can't remember or recall certain things. So again, when I was killing my ego, I was killing those experiences that I had that I felt defined myself as a person. And so when you come out of doing a meditation of the ego death, I can tell you that when you come out, you actually literally forget where you're at, who you are, the people around you. It's almost like you're in a state of confusion, and slowly you start to bring yourself back again. And this is exactly how you feel whenever you take a hallucinogen such as ayahuasca, but it has a really big bang. You know what I mean? Like a really big... It can be scary, guys, but it feels like, but I also have to tell you that it's a beautiful thing when you do that, okay? Now, so I can say that parts of me, or parts of my identity, was somehow erased, or had been erased. So this, I feel, is a good thing, because those past experiences don't really define me. I realize now that my soul chose to experience these things so that I can have an understanding of how to help other people cope with life. Okay, right now I am struggling with remembering a lot, but that's because the slate has been wiped clean, or perhaps a blank canvas has been provided, and that's a good thing, because now I have a different level of understanding of Christ consciousness that I feel will make my connection to Source even stronger. By all means, I'm not done. Trust me, I am not done. I really like to describe it to my clients as if that it's almost like an onion. It's like you're just peeling back layers and layers and layers of things that you don't need till you get to the core. Okay? The core to me is the authentic self. Okay? So by all means, I'm not done. I'm only beginning to scratch the surface of releasing parts of my ego. But I know I'm reaching a level of elevation that is most greater than I could ever understand. Now, I can say that I know for a fact that I am vibrating within the 9th level of dimension, within the 9th level of dimensional plane. And Spirit says that there's actually 14 levels. Not many of you will understand what this means. All I can say is that the higher you go, it's a bittersweet feeling. The physical and mental pain can be intense, but as you shed layers of existence, the clearer the connection with Source becomes, and it's beautiful. Okay, now some of you guys didn't attend my last session, and of course there was the people that were there were supposed to be there because they were actually being elevated, and those of that showed up to my last healing event were witnessing some crazy stuff. Actually, me and Shannon, who is also a healer as well, he's a spirit walker, when me and him get connected, we get elevated like really quickly because both our energies are so strong. Is like it's just powerful. So we were actually being elevated into the 9th plane or the 9th dimension, and as you can see on my videos, I had to disconnect because the pain in my body was so immense that I couldn't go any higher. He had to go the rest of the way by himself. So he's actually going to the 10th level, and actually he's being raised again. And when the time is right, I am actually working towards going to the 10th level myself. So again, like I said, it can be physical pain. It's like it's just immense. But in the end, you can, when it's all done and over with, you just have no idea how clearer I feel and how my parts of my shadow self are gone. Now, so let me just say this is that it brings me some sense of comfort knowing that I'm not the only one going through this. So I kind of wanted to help you guys through through today's energies, through the lunar eclipse that's happening tonight. And I kind of wanted to help you with the releasing process by doing a clearing on you guys. So I want you guys to sit in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and take a deep cleansing breath in. And I want you to release all of your worries out into the universe. So let's put some music on here at this moment. Hold on. So as I said before, I want you guys to open up your mind and instruct your higher consciousness to listen only to my voice at this moment, and to open up and to instruct yourself to be fully open to receiving the healing energies that are about to be dispersed. So I want you guys to sit in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed and take a deep cleansing breath in. And I want you to release all your worries out into the universe, where Mother Gaia will filter out the negative energies and transmute and transcend it out into the universe as love and pure divine light. I now call upon infinite spirit, infinite consciousness, divine intelligence, the angels and forces of light. I ask for Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, and Lord Metatron, and Lord Melchizedek to be with us at this time, to help permeate the entire being of those listening to this live broadcast with pure love light energy, to cleanse, purify, and remove all fear-based energy and the dark shadow of the soul, so that we may move deeper into our true authentic selves and closer to Christ consciousness. I now ask you to activate the heaven on earth codes, and which will release us from any of the oaths, agreements, vows, and suffrage. I ask you to release us from any of the oaths, agreements, and vows of suffrage and karmic ties of our ancestors that have come here to this planet before us. I now ask you to activate the light codes of the Creator's truth within our DNA and four-body system, and unplug this human body's grid from fear that stems from the third dimensional way of thinking. And I ask you to plug us into the fifth dimensional plane of truth. Now, Spirit is showing me that they are actually purifying, cleansing you, and showering you with the divine white light. And I actually feel like there's several shifts that are happening here. They're saying that they're going to take you through 3 different shifts and raise your vibration to the 10th level. Now, this may mean different things to a lot of you guys. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to be at the 10th level of where I'm at, but it's the degree of energy that's being pushed throughout your entire body. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Now, I want you to know that during this healing session that it's finally completed, and I want you guys to know that you need to drink plenty of water. You might be feeling a little bit disoriented or sleepy, or you might find yourself yawning or burping. These are things that you should know that you're going through the healing process. It feels like you're going to be releasing some stuff here, and some of you guys may realize that you like I said, burping, having to use the restroom frequently, crying or being emotional at this moment during this healing. But don't fight it, because the more that you fight it, the worse and more painful that it becomes. So just go with it and just allow the energies that were actually permeating through your entire being to purify and cleanse you of and release you of things that are actually blocking you from elevating to the next level. So guys, I hope you like this session, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.